Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, during Sabasaba Day, we have young activists who join Kenyans in demonstration against the bill, which seemingly it is so much poisonous because that bill is intended to milk Kenyans dry. So they were demonstrating against high cost of living in the new finance bill, whereby every basic commodity price has been raised. Some have been doubled from 8% to 16%. The issue of the issue of affordable housing, whereby now they have introduced a tax on housing, which seemingly is illegal. So many things. So these youth were on the street demonstrating together with the Boniface Mwangi, who is one of the activists. Then later, police officer just decided to arrest the young activist. Imagine wale watu wengine wenye huwa wanaandamana, kuna kuanga sometimes na goons ndani wale wa kulipo wafanya ile mambo. But we are talking about activists, people who will never involve themselves in issue of looting or destruction of property. When we talk about activists, these are people who understand the importance of infrastructure. Hata iko mambo ya kuchoma barabara hawahusiki. But police officers decided to act in a goonish manner. They decided to go rogue. They decided on them, they beat them, and they arrested them. Then after that, what happened? They were held in custody for very long hours. To an extent, people like the former CJ Mutunga went there just to protest and seek their release. Remember, Mutunga was also an activist, a man who was jailed, who was detained without trial. Another person is senior counsel Haminwa, an old man at age of 78 years, was tear-gassed in a police station just because he has gone there to stand in solidarity with the young activists. Remember, Haminwa also was an activist during those days, 1980s there, and at some extent, the same way they arrested Mutunga, detained without trial, Raila Odinga and the team, he was also arrested. That's why such old men will go there to stand with anyone who come out to defend human rights. So they were there protesting and asking for their release. It turned into, a police station turned into a smoke zone, whereby it's all about tear gassing without even respecting age. Then what happened? Before 24 hours elapsed, these activists have been released. But above all, we have been seeing Boniface Mwangi trying to do a lot of tweet and tagging David Ndii, because David Ndii also was an activist. In several occasions, he got to be arrested, released, sometimes suffer. So Boniface Mwangi has been tagging him in all the tweets he has been doing to show him what the young activists are going through in the hands of the government where he is now serving. So after the release, this is what Boniface Mwangi said. But above all, we want to check on David Ndii's retweet on the same, which actually shows the division in Kenya Kwanza government. This is what Boniface Mwangi is saying. All the young activists arrested on Friday in Nairobi at Sabasaba March for Our Lives protest have been released. They hadn't committed a crime. They were simply carrying placards. The police have given them free bond. Thank you to everyone who demanded for their release. And David Ndii retweeted this And this is what he's saying here. Minutes short of 24 hours, they can hold them without charges. Police have done exactly what they intended: abuse power within the law. We need police accountability, not executive goodwill. But these political wounded activists think I am the enemy, lashing out without thinking. He was one of them. Now he's in power. And now they have been viewing him as a person who has distanced himself from the people whom he used to stand with. And now he come in with a bombshell that police officers decided to abuse the law, decided to do what? Not abuse. Yeah, abuse power within the law. Then he's bringing in the issue of executive goodwill. The question is, what is David literally trying to tell Kenyans with this kind of reaction to what the young activists have gone through in the hands of police officers? As we continue with this discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And back to this discussion. Now, when David Ndii talk about the issue of abusing power within the law, I think all of you understand. The law is very clear that you cannot hold someone after arresting him without representing him or presenting that person to the court within 24 hours. If you arrest someone, then you are with the person without taking him to the court within 24 hours, then you are breaking the law. So what does the police officers do? Arrest someone, hold them, then a few minutes to 24 hours, you release them. So they have achieved their goal. Number one, stop them from protesting. That one they have achieved. But you see, you are abusing power within the law. Because these people have not committed any crime under the law. But you are arresting them. So this was illegal arrest. And because of that, because you know you don't have any strong case against them, you release them on free police bond. But then the bombshell is here. David Ndii is saying that police are taking orders from somewhere. And where is this place? Executive. That's why he's talking about there is no need of executive goodwill. So it means police officers are acting on orders from above. And who is this person above? The issue of Gachagua comes in because Ruto is not in this country. So the person who is giving directive to police officers, and we know, mtu mwenye anamkanga saa 11 ya asubuhi akienda kwa ofisi ni Rigathi Gachagua. So David Ndii is telling police officers, as it is very clear, police are independent. They need to act independently. But that has not been happening. So it means the person who made sure that these young activists have been held at police custody for these long hours, it is Gachagua who was giving orders. So police are going down, they are going down to Gachagua to take order from executive. And that alone tells you that we are now going back to the era of dictatorship. The living and breathing Moi of our times is Rigathi Gachagua. This is a new era whereby our 2010 constitution is in operation. So many things that were happening during Moi era. You know, Moi had absolute power because we had a constitution that was favoring the president. To some extent, you would say a president who is above the law. Hiyo ilikuwa ni wakati wa Moi. But right now, some individuals in position of power want to pretend like they don't know we have a 2010 constitution, which is giving power back to the people. Gachagua is living in those era of Nyayo. So he's bringing back the Nyayoism in this new era. So now you are the one giving orders. Tear gas, beat, arrest. Sasa zingine hata walikuwa wanapeana order ya kuua. So soon, if these people will be allowed, will start giving orders of shoot to kill watu ambao wanaandamana kwa sababu ya kugadhabishwa na vile serikali inafanya kazi yao. David Ndii is saying that we don't need a goodwill of the executive. That alone tells you that some people in Kenya Kwanza are not in agreement in the manner in which Rigathi Gachagua is operating when it comes to mass action. Maandamano. Some of the orders that is giving, they are against the law. And the question is, how are you giving order to police officers who need to act independently? These are well-trained officers. They know what they need to do. David Ndii is saying that this kind of behavior must stop. And this message is to Rigathi Gachagua from David Ndii, economic advisor to the president, sending a message to the deputy president, who are serving in the same government. Office ya David Ndii yuko kwa office ya president, but it's not in agreement with the Gachagua. So you can see, this is the kind of government. That's why you see, these people are totally divided to an extent. Now, can you look at this? Can David Ndii really offer his advice to these people and they take it? Because now they're not in agreement. And if so, if David Ndii want to wash himself clean, he better resign from this government. As simple as that. Because now it's like police officers cannot act on their own. We have people who want to force police officers to take orders from them. And the Gachagua has gone to an extent of now firing police officers. Even chiefs and sub-chiefs are being fired by Gachagua. And this must be stopped.